So who is Lily Tino? Well, Lily Tino is a content creator who's a trans woman that used to be popular for pretty much posting about being a food critic, but now is one of the most hated people on the internet pretty much. I'm going to be reacting to I'm So Over Lily Tino by Amala, and I'm going to see why she's the most hated because honestly, I kind of have a good understanding of why because I've seen the videos that has been posted by her, but we're going to see what other people have to say.
Trans content creator Lily Tino, who's famous for going to restaurants with a camera set up and baiting people into misgendering him, is now going viral for doing the same thing at Disney World. Plus, he's decided to go to the women's bathroom standing up. Luckily, we do not have video evidence, but let's talk about it. Before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. Yes, today we're going to be visiting Lily Tino because Lily Tino is going viral once again with several different TikToks visiting Disney World. And we're going to get straight into the saga with TikTok 1 as Lily asks whether or not he's been banned from Disney World, and I'll explain why in just a moment.
So last year I made a video that a lot of people got upset by where I talked about some things in Disneyland. A lot of y'all thought that video would get me banned from Disney, so let's see if that's true. I'm at the Disney World entrance about to try and get in, so let's see if that video really did get me banned. I paid for a hotel and a ticket, so it would be really unfortunate if that happened at this point. It's not a very long line to get in. Swimming, bro. So I'm nervous. It's exciting. I love Disney. Okay, so just beeping here.
So if you're not familiar with what he pretty much posted, if I'm not mistaken, I think he posted a video of him describing his surgery or the surgery of that trans women do regarding their lower, I think you know what I'm talking about. And he described that type of surgery using food at Disneyland or Disney World, I think, wherever he is. And that made a lot of people angry because a lot of people thought it was inappropriate, which I agree. It is inappropriate. You shouldn't be doing that, especially in a place where there's lots of kids around.
Finger there. Oh, further in. I'm allowed in? I'm not banned from Disney. Wow. Huge news. Thank you. Y'all, I'm back. I'm back, baby. You can't keep me out of Disney. Marshmallow wands, cake pops. Let's go.
Okay, we're gonna stop there. Now, the caption on this says, "I can't believe it. JK, I wasn't worried," which clearly this person sees it as a challenge to get into Disney World, and I'm going to explain why. Now, the original video that Lily Tino is referencing is a video where Lily is at Disneyland with a little marshmallow wand candy and 2 cake pops, which you can imagine, putting those 3 things together, will symbolize male genitalia, and Lily was using these 3 little candy, confectionery, little treats to explain gender surgery to, I guess, children, because Lily was saying things like, we're going to turn the marshmallow wand into a tunnel. Now, why would you be sitting in Disneyland explaining that in children's terms for any reason whatsoever? And why would you film that and put that online? And
exactly, why does he feel the need to have children even learn about this or feel like they need to understand this? They don't. Kids do not need to understand about trans surgery, and he's describing it in a way for kids to, I guess, understand it, which I think they still won't even understand it. But yeah, that's very inappropriate and that's very weird, and that's why the LGBTQ plus community has this stereotype of being weird with kids. People think gay dudes are pedophiles. People think, in general, people think there's people wrong with the community because of people like that.
And hear on the mic that Lily was recording on the little children that were all around Disneyland trying to have a fun time that day as Lily is explaining that. Now, to me, that's unacceptable behavior. Last I heard, Disney doesn't even let you wear like booty shorts or a crop top to Disney. They say throw on a t-shirt or you got to get the hell out of here. Yet Lily Tino is allowed to go and sit there and film these gender surgery sweet treat explanations for presumably, I don't know, a childhood audience. But nonetheless, Lily makes it into Disney World. Now, upon entering Disney World, Lily goes to a restaurant and orders some food and does the classic Lily Tino baiting somebody into misgendering him and then getting upset when they do. Let's watch the video.
That is fancy looking. Cool.
The bottom is from Thailand.
Coconut bread from Thailand.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Oh, ma'am.
No, ma'am, sorry, my bad. And the middle one is from India. It's the.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was pretty funny. The calling, I don't even know what it is, but yeah, calling her sir and then it's saying sir. I'm sorry. That's hilarious. But let's continue watching. Let's see what he does.
Apa toma de ginger chutney.
Okay.
And the third is from Brazil. It's a cheese bread with the guava sauce.
Thank you.
Look at the
Totally
face.
sucks the joy out of this bread tower. Makes me want to immediately like leave because I no longer feel like safe here. It's like, oh, my guard now has to be up. I'm not going to enjoy this bread as much because my guard is up. We should be able to go places and not have to worry. I don't think I really want this bread tower, actually. I think I'd rather have to check. That's okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the training.
You do not need to leave. Like, I don't like when people do that because, believe it or not, I'm a female, if y'all didn't notice, but people think I'm a dude. I do not care. Like, I would never get to the point where I'm like, I don't feel safe here. I'm not even a transgender in the first place, but I would never get to the point where I'm like, oh, I don't feel safe here, I'm gonna leave. Like, they just made a mistake. He just wants to make people feel bad, and that's just irritating.
Supposed to say friend or just not use gendered language. It's like a pretty big thing that Disney has done. Nothing was wrong with Fred. I just don't want it anymore. Just because they apologize doesn't mean she doesn't feel sad or offended. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, if you've accidentally ever hurt someone and say, I'm so sorry, it was an accident, do you expect them to be like, oh, it was an accident? Of course, no problem whatsoever. All of that hurt is now undone. That's not how it works.
Sorry about what happened.
It's okay. I'd love to pay for the drink, please.
No, the drink is on me too, so
You don't? Are you sure?
you're good. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Are you sure? Okay. I'll just go ahead and I'll take the free drink, and I'll have ruined that little bit of food that could have gone to somebody or myself. It could have been eaten, but now whatever they constructed for me is now going to be probably tossed in the trash because somebody referred to me as sir when I look like a sir. And the fact that you can go on to say I no longer feel safe in this place because somebody misgendered, which we'll put in air quotes there after those of you listening, and then said, you know what, I apologize. I did not mean to do that. And even in the apology, they're like, I'm sorry, sir. Which, duh, you look like a sir. I mean, I don't know what else you could possibly say to that. Is that an unsafe environment? I'm pretty sure if somebody, does something incorrect, which this person didn't, but let's just say for the sake of Lily Tino's argument, this person did something incorrect, and then they apologize to you, you're probably in a pretty safe environment. You were safe enough to sit
Exactly. Like, they even apologize. They could have been like, oh, I don't care. No, they took it on upon themselves to literally apologize.
there and tell somebody else you didn't want the bread. You were safe enough to finish your drink. You were safe enough to try to pay for the drink and then immediately accept the free one when they said, you know what, just take the free drink. And I bet Disney, just as a company at large, is just like, we don't want to deal with anything that could come on the other end of this. We don't want a lawsuit. We don't want somebody accusing us of discrimination. We don't want somebody making a video about us misgendering them. Please take the food if you want to take it home. Take the drink if you want to take it home. Just please go on. We are so sorry, so sorry, so sorry. And this is the culture that we've created surrounding gender theory, transgenderism, and misgendering. That if you so much as stumble upon the word sir with somebody who doesn't want to be referred to as such, you've made a grave mistake, and now the bread tower needs to be taken away.
Exactly. You need to tiptoe around these type of people. Like, you make one mistake, it's over for you. And that's the problem, bro. That's the problem with the left. And a lot of them are victims. A lot of them try to make you feel bad. And that's why people have problems with them. That's why people have problems with people like him. Because, bro, everyone's tired of having to abide by these people and having to be forced to call them by a certain way. Bro, if you want to be trans, do you. I do not care. That does not impact my bank account whatsoever. And it hopefully never will. But when you're trying to make me call you a certain way or do something a certain way just to make you feel better, even though I don't care to do it, that's the problem. Bro, I do not care if you call me a he, they, it, a thing. I do not care. That does not impact me whatsoever. So why do you think I care so much to call you by the correct pronoun? You look like a guy, so guess what? I will probably call you he. I tried to call him she at the beginning, but you can see that it started changing. Like, I'm now referring to Lily Tino as he because that's how I see him. I don't see him as a female.
Drink needs to be free of charge. It's so unbelievable. And to put somebody through that, a service worker, to film it and then post it for the entirety of the world to see is just a whole nother level of narcissism, manipulation, and a lack of self-awareness. And it's such a lack of self-awareness that this video got nearly 10 million views now on TikTok, and all of the comments are essentially telling Lily Tino, hey, you're doing a little bit too much here. Even one of the top comments underneath this video is somebody who says they're a huge supporter of LGBTQ plus people as they are gay, but that Lily Tino is making queer people look bad and making gay people and lesbian and trans and bisexual people look bad under this LGBTQ plus
100%. I'm gay myself. He's making me look terrible.
umbrella by treating people in this way and making the scene.
Also, that's why we should separate the LGB from the TQ plus, because I don't believe I should be associated with people just like him.
Where a scene does not need to be made. Lily Tino should really be apologizing to that service worker, to the staff members, to the manager, and should absolutely be not only paying for the drink, but for the bread tower that you no longer wanted to eat after you, for the millionth time, were referred to as somebody, by somebody as Sir, and then made a video and posted it on the internet. And now you get 10 million views, and whatever money comes from the TikTok creator fund on the other end of you posting it, and the free drink, and the bread tower that Nobi eats. It's just so unbelievable that this continues. And guess what? The saga does not end there. The story does not end there. Lily Tino goes from not being banned at Disney World to accusing somebody of misgendering at Disney World to the Disney World bathroom. And mind you, this is in Florida. You know, Florida, the politics there are a little bit more conservative than our other states, but Lily Tino wanted to challenge that and say, you know what? Can I go to the women's bathroom in Florida at Disney World? Let's watch.
Before we even watch this, bro, look, my stance on the trans people using the restroom is whichever gender you look the most like, you should go. And because he looks like a dude, he should be using the male's restroom. But like someone like Blair White, for example, who looks extremely feminine, she should obviously be using the female restroom because she looks so much like a female. But I guess that conversation is very nuanced because I'm someone who looks more manly. People say I look like a dude. I don't see it at all. I think I look just like a female, but that's a topic up for debate. But there's also other masculine females who are born females. We just present more masculine, who, if I was to say that, they would, for my argument, they would be using the male's restroom. So that conversation is kind of hard. So honestly, this bathroom debate is very hard to really debate around because people aren't going to stop being trans. So it's kind of hard to determine which bathroom like they should be using, if you get what I'm saying. But he should definitely be using the male's restroom. But let's see what he actually tries to do.
With bathrooms, Florida is really conservative. I don't know what the rules are. Trans women are allowed to be in women's bathrooms, but I'm about to go and use the bathroom because I have to tinkle. If I get stopped, I get stopped, I guess. But I'm a woman, so I'm going to use the women's bathroom, and being in Florida or being in California or wherever isn't going to stop me. So I will report back in a minute once I have hopefully tinkled without issue.
3 minutes later.
That went as well as it could have gone. No one gave me any weird looks. Definitely no one stopped me. I walked in, I found a stall. I peed. I peed standing up, which is something I'm sometimes a little self-conscious about with the sound. Like, oh, is there someone peeing standing up there? But you know what? I peed standing up, and it was fine. And then I washed my hands, and I left. And you know what? On my way out from the women's bathroom, I took a quick picture with someone who recognized me, and it was lovely. So overall, Disney World in Florida, 10 out of 10 women's bathroom experience for trans women. Would recommend.
My goodness. Okay, guys, what we're dealing with is a narcissist. I don't know, like, there's no other way to package it, you know, tie it up a little bow and give it to whoever it is we're speaking to. That's what we're dealing with here. And there's an interesting energy throughout all three of the videos that we've watched so far of Lily going to these places and there's a certain smugness underlying the different conflicts that this person is supposedly navigating.
Am I going to be banned from Disney? Let's go ahead and see. I mean, I already paid for the ticket in the hotel, so I hope not.
And you're going into it knowing, like, you're going to get through this, even though you probably shouldn't with the way you've been acting at these different places. But nonetheless, I'm going to make it through. I'm going to go sit down in a restaurant, and immediately, you see how quickly from the person saying sir to ma'am, that it came up? It's unbelievably quick. This person is not, it's not even reflexive. They are waiting for it. This is a trained, conditioned behavior that they've placed upon themselves because they know the reward that they get on the other end of it. And the reward is views online. The reward is like a personal power that they get over dictating somebody else's speech and making them uncomfortable. Probably the reward of free stuff.
Exactly. Amala's right. I feel like this dude just does it on purpose at this point. That's my guess. I literally think he purposely just wants them to call him sir just to get the views. It's not even like anything else at this point. It's definitely for the attention.
Stuff at a lot of these places, and just probably an overwhelming sense of power that this person has not felt throughout the majority of their life and is now getting back in the identity of a trans person. And there's a smugness as you watch that video of Lily writing these things of like, oh, no, I don't want to eat anymore. This has been made so uncomfortable immediately for me. There's a smile on the face the entire time. And then we get to the women's bathroom. And the test says, oh, you know what? Florida's a little bit conservative. I'm going to go to the women's bathroom anyway because I have every right to go to the women's bathroom. I go to the women's bathroom. And not only do you want to go to the women's bathroom, but you can't even cosplay a woman well enough to sit down on the toilet seat and use the bathroom as women do. No, I'm going to stand up and see if something happens. And what would you have it? Nothing happens. And you get to come out and smugly say, I will go to the bathroom wherever I please, even if women are uncomfortable, because nobody said anything to me. And I'll even do it standing up. That's the type of person this is. They see everything and every bit of probably valid, reasonable criticism as a challenge to overcome, and not a challenge that's oppressive or transphobic by force, but they will label it as oppressive and transphobic just so that they can feel better about themselves on the other end of it. And I do appreciate that Lily Tino is not a representation of every single trans person out there. And there are even trans people who are calling out Lily Tino in the comments saying, you know what, you are making the community look bad. You are making queer people look bad. You're making the entire LGBTQ plus community look bad with the things you're doing, because that's essentially what this person is doing. We actually might find congruence on the left and the right in being against Lily Tino at this point, because
100%. 100%. He's definitely making gay people look bad. He's definitely making trans people look bad.
What? The virtue signaling, but a virtue that nobody wants, the pandering, the placating, the victimhood, the victimhood crush that you carry around at all times is just not vibing, even with leftists who generally support your causes. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you get when you mix peak victimhood mentality with peak narcissistic personality traits. You get Lily Tino. And for all the leftists watching right now, maybe we can agree on that.
So what are my thoughts? Well, I pretty much said them. I think Lily Tino is definitely a negative representation of trans people, and I think definitely makes the entire community look bad. That's why I think there should be a separation between the LGBT and the TQ plus, because I don't like that I'm associated with people like Lily Tino, and I'm just gay. I'm not trans, so I don't know what correlation we both have with each other. So I don't understand why the community needs to all be together. I think it should just be the LGBT and the TQ plus. And I definitely am not a fan of Lily Tino at all, because he's a narcissist. I agree with what Amala said. He does it for views. He wants the attention, and he wants to make women uncomfortable, clearly. Because why are you going into the women's restroom when you still look like a dude? You are not that well into your transition before you can be inside the women's restroom without being unnoticed. So yeah, that's my take on it. But what are your thoughts, though?